Hello YouTube, this is Thongger and welcome back to another one of my casts. I know it's been forever since I casted again. That's because I was just having my final year examinations at university. Just long story short, I finished now. I was spending the last few days chilling out in the sun outside of my room where I've been cooped up in for the last 2 months, and I'm now job hunting, so I'm very busy right now even though my exams are over, but I'm doing my best to cast these games. You guys have sent me a lot of videos and I'm gonna do my best to cast them all. So anyway, let's have a look at the teams right here. Alrighty, so on the blue team right off the bat we have saber playing as the Warp by the Exarch. We have nerdplaygames, the player who sent me this video, playing as the Ork Warboss, and we have Max playing as the Chaos Plague Champion. We have Driver playing as the Imperial Guard Lord General, Keyboard Cat playing as the Ork Commando Knob, and ILnuR 163 Russ playing as the Ork Commando Knob as well. This map is the Calderis Refinery. So anyway, looks like we're gonna see some action kicking off with the Warp by the Exarch. No early harassment going off by Saber against ILnuR over here. I'm just gonna call him Russ against Russ over here. We do have the Guardians kicking off. Anyways, they're dropping a bit. It will stabilize hopefully. Guardians getting some shots off at these Slugger Boys. Difficult to make useful use of these Slugger Boys in tier 1 as they are very squishy, and without Ork war truck support they die very easy and bleed a lot of models. But this was by the Exarch taking a lot of fire from the Commando Knob. The Commando Knob actually does some pretty respectable damage, but the was by the Exarch, nice special attack, doing quite a lot of damage to these Ork Slugger Boys. The Guardians were a bit late to move in and support the Warps by the Exarch, so he's just getting focused fight down a lot. But now these Guardians are absolutely shredding these Ork Shooter Boys over here, and the Shooter Boy is gonna have to get out of there. But we do have double Shooter Boys stun grenade going off, gonna hit this Guardian block here, boom! All these Guardians are stunned over here. Now the Shooter Boys are really laying some haymakers, and this Warp by the Exarch has retreat, and full retreat by the Guardians over here. The Slugger Boys were closing the distance, so you don't really want to be bunching up over there. Meanwhile, up on the north side, there's some action kicking off. I think the Sarge went down on the Lord General, which is very unfortunate. It's always want to keep that Sergeant alive. He's a bit expensive and not sure, and this Lord General trying to force melee with these Chaos Space Marines. Took out one model. These guys gonna have to get out there, and these Imperial Guards are getting absolutely shredded. These Slugger Boys getting chased around by nerdplaygames. Warboss over here, nice special attack, bamming all those Orks away. This Ork Warboss proving why he is the biggest, the baddest, the meanest Ork out there. Meanwhile, some Slugger Boys by Keyboard Cat. We're gonna run some disruption. We have a full gen farm by the blue team up over here, and we do have his Warboss having to retreat, but his Shooter Boys already equipped with a big shooter, causing some good damage to Red's natural power over here. So blue is gonna have a bit of a power advantage, seeing as they already have 52 power versus 32 power, and Red's getting the natural power harassed by nerds Orks over here. But we do have the Lord General coming here, and these Shooter Boys gonna have to get out of there. Without the Knob Leader, they are gonna be a bit squishy. The Warboss taking some damage from these Slugger Boys and retreat, but they get out of there just fine. Meanwhile, some Heretics jumping in there, where we see a Doom Blast off, and meanwhile, Doom Blast getting off of this Guardian Squad. Down, oh no, down goes the Guardian Squad, and we do have this Angry Plague Champion of his Power Sword. The Power Sword makes him very busy. This Heretic Squad very low on hit points. 70 hit points, we need 4 members, so cause a lot of dash to all these guardsmen. So great play by Max over here. Oh, almost taking out the Lord General as well. This Plague Champion is quite beastly with his Power Sword, but he's not the toughest of heroes in tier 1. You really need some war gear to make him quite tough in tier 2. And he's not sure what these looters are doing, trying to set up in the face of all these Guardian fire over here. But down goes the setup member, and boom! But he's gonna get off some early suppression, but these guys don't suppress instantly. Oh no, the looters just barely get out there. The Guardians really lay down some hurt, didn't take too many model losses over there. Meanwhile, Keyboard Cat has been running some disruption, just uncapping a lot of blues stuff behind their lines, but we do have a nice flank by Keyboard Cat over here. Stun grenade going off. Nerd is gonna be in some trouble over here, but his Shooter Boys are gonna get out there just in time by taking a lot of damage from all these Slugger Boys, losing a couple of models. But now Nerd is back with his big angry Warboss. Boom! Getting a special attack off on these guys in retreat, stomping out one Ork. Bam! Taking out maybe another Ork or two. He's firing his custom shooter. Is no upgrades on this guy, but he's firing his big shooter. But now he's getting focus fire down by some guardsmen. And the Warboss in tier 1 is not exactly very tough in my opinion. He can take all of a lot of them, but getting the angry bit, so he will get his charge ability, which will be a good line break against all these Guardsman blobs. Driver going for a getting a Catachan squad. These guys are quite powerful, especially their shotguns. They don't make any noise, so they will absolutely shred everything. Boom! A single volley, bam! Knocking out this Warboss by the Exarch in 2 volleys, and now these heretics are gonna be in some big trouble. Shotgun blast hurling back these heretics. And now these heretics are in big trouble. You don't want to be getting in the melee of these Catachans, and even Chaos Space Marines don't want to be getting in the melee of these angry Catachans. These Catachans do power melee, 30 power melee DPS. They are absolutely shredding these Chaos Space Marines. These Chaos Space Marines are in big trouble. Need to get out of there. And oh no, oh no, the guards will take out the Chaos Space Marines in retreat. That's just how powerful Catachans are, and they still haven't lost the model after meleeing the squad to death. But the Plague Champion is on field, and he is quite pissed off over here. And they lose 2 Catachan models, but they wiped out so many Chaos Space Marines over there. And the Catachans really don't bleed enough requisition for the amount of damage they can do. They're pretty much, you just send them in there, they kill stuff, and pull them out, they send them back in there, and they kill more stuff. And we do have the Plague Champion getting his fetid armor. I can't remember what it does. Oh wow, you have a lot of stuff dying over here, I think. Ooh, Rust taking sword. Oh my gosh, this ranged blob of death by Nerd over here, just shredding all these poor little orcs over here. But we do have the Kommando now getting in, going in for a point blank sticky grenade, but Nerd spots it, boom, and well dodged by Nerd. Wow. Meanwhile, we do have this Kommando now trying to hold grenades, but he might go down over here. Sticky bomb grenade, boom! Oh my goodness, giving Guardians and Shooter Boys left, right, front and center. Saber is really bunching up his guys a bit too much over his Warboss by the Exarch, level 1 and dead, but getting revived by Nerd. So Nerd doing very well to keep his allies in the game over here. We do have this angry slug Plague Champion going up against all these Slugger Boys and I can't, but oh no, these Slugger Boys and Max's Plague Champion going up against those Storm Boys. Oh wait, no, I'm confused, I'm getting everything wrong. Keyboard Cat has gone for Storm Boys over here. They didn't lose any models, I think. Someone may have lost something there, but Nerd's Warboss is stomping around and smashing Guardsmen to bits over here. But these Catachans are on field. This Warboss needs to get out there. He needs to use his charge to get out there. Otherwise these Catachans are going to rip him apart. Oh no, down goes that Warboss. But Nerd has already equipped his Slugger Boys with their Knob Leaders. Makes them quite a scary unit, but they are taking so much damage from all these guys over here. He's gonna lose the Slugger Boy squad, maybe. There's only the Knob Leader left, barely get 20 hit points. Oh my, the Slugger Boy Knob makes it out of there with 10 hit points. My goodness, and the second Slugger Boy squad. Wow, you normally don't see more than one Slugger Boy squad, but he is getting a War Truck. Very nice choice, and the War Truck has excellent synergy with all these Orc Slugger Boys over here, and the Slugger Boy Knob is quite a powerful unit in his own right. Meanwhile, Russ is making some strong pushes against Saber, but Saber going for a quick Eldar tier 2 with his Wave Lord, and BAM! Swinging that big but Guardian Blob again, boom! Getting gibbed by grenades left, right, front and center, but wow, this Wave Lord really going to town on these poor little Slugger Boys and shredding Slugger Boys left, right, front and center. Already armed with his Shuriken Cannon, so you can't really kite this fella. He's just gonna rip you apart with his shoulder mounted Shuriken platform. Took out the Kommando now on retreat. Wow. You know, we do have some action going up north. We do have Nerd's ranged blob of death over here. No Knob Leaders on these guys. That would be useful if those Catachans are placing IEDs and cloaking about. But these Catachans going into force melee of these Chaos Space Marines, not taking that much damage on as they come in. But now these Chaos Space Marines are in big trouble. Max looking a bit thin. There's only 2 squads over here. These Chaos Space Marines have to get out of there, losing a model on the way out. These Catachans not losing a single model. These guys really don't bleed enough requisition for the amount of damage they can do, and Catachans are seriously quite powerful right now. But now this Wave Lord running around behind enemy lines a bit overextended, and we do have tank busters on the field, so Saber has to be very careful with this Wave Lord over here. This Wave Lord has no support whatsoever. It's just going to get tied down. I think it's trying to charge him, but all these guys do power melee, and they're actually doing quite a lot of damage to this Wave Lord. And Saber's going to lose this thing over here. All this power melee by all these Storm Boys over here is really going to slaughter this Wave Lord, and this Wave Lord is dead. Bad play by Saber over here, and his Guardian Blob over here is just getting absolutely shredded by all these Storm Boys over here. Really needs something to try and control those jump units or get grenades on his hands, and that was a bad use of a Wave Lord. nerdplaygames trying to rush into the rescue, but now this Ork Warboss in a bad place with Storm Boys on field. Single volley doing a lot of damage, and out come the Slugger Boys forcing melee, but Oh my, this Warthog getting taken out by all this range fire, but Nerd Slugger Boy is going to town on all these guys over here. May lose the Guardian Squad. No, wow, but Nerd Slugger Boy is really doing so much damage right now. The Storm Boy is on the field and he is in a bit of trouble and has a retreat path through all these Storm Boys, but I think he's gonna get out of there just fine. Once again, the Slugger Boy knocked the only surviving member of the squad. Max not doing fantastically, getting grenaded left, right, front and center. Driver a bit thin, only Catachans, but the Catachans are pretty much a one-man army on their own and they take out the Plague Champion. These guys are already level 2, almost level 3, and Nerd is pretty much the only one keeping his team in the game at the moment. But the blue team does have quite a high VP lead actually. We do have an anti-grav grenade snaring some of these orcs, so we do have ranges. Not sure if that's the wisest choice with these Storm Boys on the field over here. Storm Boys jumping in on those ranges, gonna hack these ranges apart quick time. But no grenades on these Guardians, and Saber's floating quite a lot of resources over here, and these Guardians are in big trouble over here. Those Storm Boys are really gonna go play some haymakers, and down goes one Guardian squad, so Saber is really losing a lot of units over here. Meanwhile, Max is having his hands full. He's already tier 2, needs to be pulling out some big tier 2 stuff, perhaps a Walker to try. Oh my, loses his Heretics, and he's going for Corn Marines. Not sure if that's the best choice, especially with Catachan Devils around. They have so much anti-melee counters that can just make it so easy to control those Chaos Space Marines, and just Corn Marines running around is a very one-dimensional force over there. But Nerd are coming to the rescue and forcing back those Storm Boys. But now we do have a Killer Cannon on the field. Nerd has his Bang Bang Hammer and makes it not very effective against Vico, so blue team at the moment doesn't have a counter to this Walker, and Saber could just hit this Walker into Saber's base and really go to town on it right now. Meanwhile, up north we do have a Chimera, so Driver's in quite a strong position, and Max only with double Chaos Space Marines. Really needs to get a Walker, I think. Blood Crusher or a Dreadnought would be ideal at this point, but Saber reacting to the Killer Can with Bright Lance. So we're going to see how that works out for him. You know, the Warp Spider has his Power Blades, could act as a soft melee counter to the Killer Can, but the Warp Spider Exarch won't be able to go toe to toe with that Killer Can on his own. You know, the Catachans just chilling out, infiltrated. These double Corn Marines are gonna get shredded on their way in and getting knocked back like I said, and they are just gonna get absolutely mauled by the shotguns of these Catachans. Not sure if these Chaos Space Marines want to be getting into melee with these Catachans, but the Catachans don't take a single model loss, and I think that was the aspiring champion that went down. So wow, never want to be losing those aspiring champions. Max really needs something else on the field apart from those two Chaos Space Marines. We do have double Guardsmen with Plasma Guns. Oh wow, I'm missing this major engagement over here. There's so many ults, I don't even know what's going on. We do have Nerd. I think Nerd is being forced back over here by by all these Storm Boys over here, and this big Killer Can over here. And we do have Charge going on, but he gets stuck by the big angry Killer Can, and this Killer Can is bigger and angrier and meaner than this angry Warboss without that Warboss's Power Claw. There's still no battle equipment on this Guardian squad. I don't think I've ever really seen a game where Guardians don't get the weapon out there. But we do have the Plague Cloud. Not sure if Russ sees this. He's gonna lose his squad if he doesn't move it. Retreat path by these Storm Boys through the Plague Cloud. This could be it. Oh my! Plague Cloud takes out one of Russ's squads over there, and this squad has a retreat path. Might lose his squad as well. If Nerd had moved it, he would have been able to not wipe out that squad. But now this Killer Can is in a lot of trouble. The Killer Can, not the toughest, he was in a Power Blades on the walls by the Exarch, going to town on this guy, and boom, down goes the Killer Can. So a waste of walkers by both teams over here. Nerd doing quite well to keep his army alive. I don't think he's lost a squad yet as compared to his teammates over here. He is getting the Power Claw, which is a very nice weapon, which will really be able to tap this Chimera, and in comes the Warboss. He's angry and pissed off and knocking back all these orcs. Boom! That's how a Warboss plays, knocking about all these guys, leading the charge and killing everything with all his big angry Power Claw. We do have Ork Bigs getting smashed left, right, and center. Down goes the Slugger Boy squad, and we do have the Storm Boys flying on out of there. So great charge by Nerd. His Warboss leading a line breaking charge, and we do have an obnoxious cloud by Max, really shredding these guys. the stormtroopers and the guardsmen. I think a guard squad may have gone out, and now these double corn marines are really going to town on these Kalachans, and these Kalachans lost a model, only a single model, and they are so low on hit points, so really not beating a lot. And the Chimera went down as well to something, I'm not sure what they went down to actually. But wow, that was a great engagement by the blue team. Lost the Heretic squad, but Russ and Keyboard Cat and Driver lost tons of squads. I think Driver must have lost a single Gaza squad and lost a lot of infantry as well, so he's quite low on requisition, and Keyboard Cat and Russ lost a lot of stuff as well. So great charge by nerdplaygames over there. He only lost a couple of slugger boys, and his shooter boys are pretty much all intact. His warboss is quite unscathed and level 5 and almost 2,000 hit points. This guy is pretty much a walker in his own right. Has more health than a walker in fact. So he pretty much just charged in there and beat up all those tiny puny orcs and proved why he's the biggest, the baddest, and the greenest orc out there. But we do have an anti-grav grenade going down, but well dodged by Keyboard Cat over here. Not sure what his Warp Spider Exarch was trying to do there, but we do have knobs on the field by Keyboard Cat over here. Knobs are the pretty much no-brainer cannon. You just send them in there, pop frenzy, let them beat up stuff, pull them out, and rinse and repeat until your opponent is bled dry of resources. But Nerd definitely has the resources to pull out knobs of his own over here. But these slugger boys are in big trouble, and here comes the Ork Warboss, but he misses the knobs! And now these guys have to get out of it, but the Warboss is, wow, nice stump, special attack hurling back all these knobs. But this Warboss, as big and bad and green as he is, won't be able to take on this knob squad on his own over here. And well dodged Autark grenade by Keyboard Cat over here, and this Autark's in big trouble over here. And she is losing so much health, might go down. No, barely gets out of there. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen an Autark die that quickly. Alright, will the K-Knob going to knock her out? No, the K-Knob already has a special shooter, which is quite a nice piece of equipment against all these squishy Eldar over here. Meanwhile, Max has gotten Plague Marines, a good choice. Plague Marines, so tough to kill, will really provide him with a solid base and be some good anti-beacon. We do have a Plague, I think that was Blight Grenades that actually knocked out a lot of Driver stuff over there. It wasn't an obnoxious cloud, I missed that. But now we do have knobs gonna clash with these angry Chaos Space Marines over here. And these Chaos Marines jumping in there. This Power Sword by the Plague Champion will really tear these knobs apart. Oh my gosh, we have a zombie knob! Whoa! Batting his head against his former comrades, and these knobs are in big trouble. The Chaos Space Marines taking quite a lot of damage. The Chaos Space Marines are no slouch, but these Chaos Space Marines losing models. Blight Grenade going up, boom! And Rocket Barrage incoming on all these Chaos Space Marines over here, and I think a Chaos Space Marine squad got absolutely killed, but these Plague Marines just shrug it off like it's nothing. Those guys are so tough to kill, and the Plague Champion might go down. He's down to 70 hit points. Those knobs are giving chase, and BAM! Down he goes, hit from a mile away, but the knobs lost one member and are very low in hit points. Very fortunate not to have lost more from that, and Max is in a lot of trouble getting a second squad of Plague Marines, and Saber lost everything. I just see dead Guardian bits everywhere. So Nerd is pretty much the only guy on his team left with any semblance of an army, and getting an Ork Battle Wagon and a big goofy Ork super weapon. And this Plague Champion level 5 has been doing quite well, but not really tough enough to take on knobs on his own. And Warp Spider Exarch level 2 already hurling a anti-grav grenade, but seen from a mile away and well dodged. Meanwhile, we do have the Autark getting knocked back by the special shooter, and she won't be able to do much. Saber floating quite a lot of resources, probably could pull out a fire prison. That would be a good choice. Yes, pulling out a fire prison. We do have a Lehman Russ and a looted tank coming out, so all the players are coming up with tanks. Anyway, we do have some Kommando knobs running some disruption, just capping here and there. Won't get spotted by this Kommando knob, and we do have a fully loaded battle wagon, but the shooter boys inside have detected the Kommando knob, and this Kommando knob is in big trouble, getting hit by the death gun. And this is a fully kitted out Ork battle wagon packed to the brim with troops, and we do have boom, the zap gun going up and obnoxious crowd, but Max really needs to be moving this thing. But down was a Warboss. Oh no! And we do have a grenade barrage hurling back these Plague Marines, and the Corn Marines trying to mix it in, but there are knobs in there. These Plague Marines, Chaos Space Marines are gonna go down like a sack of bricks. And boom, down they go. Wow. And Max has lost everything. Well, he only has 2 squads of Plague Marines left. This Ork Battle Wagon taking some rear armor shots from this. We do have rocks coming now, but this is going to be easily dodged by nerdplaygames, so well spotted. Waste of a nuke, and oh no, the nuke actually took out the looted tank. Oh my goodness, what a bad use of rocks to take out your own looted tank. And the Plague Marines actually surprisingly fought off the Ork knobs. We do have a ton of Orks over here, and Nerd is fighting very well on all fronts, taking on everything. And we do have a Death Roller coming in, it's gonna roll. Oh my gosh, it's stomping all of these Orks, and wow, really giving a lot. It took out the Storm Boy Squad and took out 2 of the Ork knobs. Oh my goodness. But now he's running over his own Ork, so great use of the Battle Wagon by Nerd. That is fantastic. You just see all the Ork giblets everywhere. And 2 knobs went down, and Russ is left with very little, just his knobs. He lost a whole Storm Boy squad over there, and the Storm Boy squad had survived quite late into the game as well. So it would have been quite high level, but now the blue team's in a bit of trouble. There's a 2-1, and they are trying to take back their natural, but it's pretty much Nerd versus the whole of the red team. His allies do have a couple of squads on the field, and Saber has put out a fire prism. If he can keep this thing alive, it can be very useful in defending this. It can just continuously knock back anything that tries to capture the point, so that'll be very useful. But the Reds just need to hold these 2 points, and that will bring them the game. They just need to consolidate, maybe be a bit more aggressive. The last thing they need is for blue to recover and counter-attack like Nerd is doing here. Nerd has had fantastic unit preservation this whole game. But the Death Roller is coming forward over here. Not much in the way of AV, just this tank buster squad over here, but they are driving these guys back. And we do have a Lehman Russ in the field as well, so this Ork Battle Wagon has to be a bit careful. And no, oh wow, Zap Run going off and doing so much damage to all these guys. The only thing out, single model, the Death Roller going on, but this could be a dead Battle Wagon over here. This Battle Wagon is taking a lot of rear armor hits, and down goes the Battle Wagon, boom! And all the Orks come pouring out, and we have level 4 Slugger Boys. These guys are scary, and they scare off the knobs, but they are getting smashed to bits, and they all of the boys going off, sending these guys back into the frame. All of Nerd squads apart from the tank busters are level 4, and we do a rocket barge. We're gonna take out this Lehman Russ. Oh my god, the Plague Marines take out the Lehman Russ, and the Slugger Boys are going to town on these guys. These guys level 4 with 14,000 hit points. These guys are scary and chasing all these guys in the oblivion. Great push by Nerd once again. Lost his Battle Wagon, but out of like a clown car, all those Orks came spewing out, but blue is not defending their natural. They need to defend their natural if they are going to make any pushes. But with these 2 squads of Plague Marines and Heretic support, those Plague Marines are going to be very difficult to dislodge, and Nerd is just playing fantastically over here. His Slugger Boys and Shooter Boys all level 4, fully decked out, and going to be very hard to deal with. So a Wog by nerdplaygames, and Wog indeed. And War Spiders forcing off these Slugger Boys over here. The War Spiders is going to shred these guys. These are unleveled Slugger Boys, and not going to be able to do much this late in the game. And we do have Slugger Boys versus Knob Squad over here, but with Warboss support, these Slugger Boys may be able to come out on top, I don't know. And we do have use your choppers. Oh my gosh, they're knocking back all those knobs, and wow, these Slugger Boys are going to town on these knobs over here, but these Slugger Boys are taking quite a lot of damage. It's only pretty much, oh, we do have the big stop going up, and these Slugger Boys are actually holding their own, but they may lose a knob leader. He's getting hammered to bits over here, and oh no, fall back, and oh no, down goes that level 4 Slugger Boy squad. And these knobs have taken a model loss, but this Warboss is going to town on them and takes out 1 model. Oh, he took a couple more swings of that big power claw of his. And the tank busters are trying to kite away from them, losing a model, but this Warboss is going to really start smacking them to bits over here. Takes out another model. These knobs are really getting some haymakers laid down on them, and tank busters are trying to cap, but Nerd's level 8 Warboss with 2,110 hit points is such a beast over here. And he has his trophy rack which debuffs everything, and he is just going to town on all these guys over here. And this Ork Warboss will be able to take on pretty much everything that the keyboard cat's trying to throw him. These knobs really can't do much against this Warboss. This Warboss is just ripping them apart, and with that trophy right, debuffing everything. We do have double knobs coming into Blue's base over here. These knobs probably could be doing something more important, like capping middle, but we do have 52 to 4 victory points over here. And Max just got forced off the Norths and is pretty much Nerd's one-man army Warboss trying to do what he can, but this Warboss is probably going to go to hold the line over here. Bam! Oh my gosh, a special attack hurling back the Kommando knob at the last second. The Warboss doing everything he can to get the decaps. Where is the rest of Nerd's army back at base? He's probably microing the hell out of his Warboss, but they get the cap. Looks like both VPs were uncapped at the moment, and the Warboss pretty much single-handedly held on to the central victory point. Wow, what a game. So great play by all guys over here. Nerd really the MVP of the match in my opinion. His Warboss really going to town on everything and holding the line against all odds. And you can just see Nerd's unit preservation. Pretty much all of his squads apart from the lost Slugger Boy squad, all level 4 over here. And level 4 Slugger Boy squads are no pushovers, nothing to turn your nose up at. And we do have Max just spamming playing Marines over here. Great game, lots of havoc, lots of madness, and lots of walk-wogginess. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and there'll be more videos to come. Stay tuned. Thongger out.